Hello, so today I'd like to discuss microbiology testing in cosmetics, and I'm going to start out by discussing some definitions. One of the most important definitions that you really do need to know is preservative. That's the first definition. And a preservative is something that preserves or it has the power of preserving. Specifically, it is an additive that's used to protect against decay, discoloration, or spoilage. The second definition is antioxidant. And an antioxidant, it is a substance such as a beta carotene or vitamin C, and it inhibits oxidation or reactions that are promoted by oxygen, peroxides, or free radicals. Keep in mind that preservatives and antioxidants are not the same. When I do a video, if I use information that's taken directly from another source, I like to give them credit. So these particular definitions were taken directly from the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary. Another definition I like to share with you is microorganism, also known as a microbe. And a microbe is simply a germ, and it's an organism such as a bacterium or a protozoan of microscopic or ultra microscopic size, which means that it's very small. Another definition is an organism. An organism, it is a complex structure of interdependent and subordinate elements whose relations and properties are largely determined by their function in the whole. These two definitions, they also came from the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary. Another definition that you would need to be familiar with is bacterium, also known as bacteria. So in lay terms, we refer to it as a bacteria. A bacteria is microorganisms that can live in soil, water, organic matter, or the bodies of plants and humans. And the last definition I like to discuss with you is a fungus. A fungus is organisms that are formally classified as plants and they lack chlorophyll, and they may include molds, rust, mildews, smuts, mushrooms, and yeast. And these definitions, they also came from the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary. When I create videos, I like to share my experiences. And I had an experience that taught me the importance of microbiology testing in cosmetics. So I purchased some homemade organic products from a lady, and I noticed that after a couple of days, one of those products started developing brown spots, and it smelled really bad. It smelled rancid. I never told her what happened, but I never purchased from her again. This situation alone taught me the importance of microbiology testing. You can't just assume that your product is safe. Get it tested. There are some important things that you really do need to know. Keep in mind that organisms can be in a product even if you cannot see them, they can still be there. A bacteria can be found anywhere, including cosmetic products. Preservatives are needed to prevent the growth of these microbes and other agents. I like to just discuss preservatives a little bit more. Although cosmetic products may contain some bacteria, the use of preservatives will keep these bacteria levels very low. Bacteria can get into products in many ways during the production process, manufacturing, shipment, and customer usage. The five most commonly used preservatives are parabens, formaldehyde releasers, isothiosolenones, phenoxyethanol, and organic acids. These are not the only preservatives. I'm just letting you know that these are the five most commonly used preservatives, and this information came directly from microchemlab.com. Natural preservatives. Many customers like natural products, so they expect that natural preservatives are used in those products. So I have some questions here that I'm going to answer for you. The first question is, can essential oils be used as a preservative in cosmetics? The answer would be yes. Question number two, can sodium benzoate be used as a preservative in cosmetics? The answer is yes. Question three, can sugar be used as a preservative in cosmetics? The answer would be yes. Question four, can potassium sorbate be used as a preservative in cosmetics? The answer would be yes. Can grapefruit seed extract be used as a preservative in cosmetics? The answer is yes. Can rosemary extract be used as a preservative in cosmetics? Yes. Now notice question number one, I asked, can essential oils be used as a preservative in cosmetics? And I did say yes. But keep in mind, in some products, you would have to use very high levels of essential oils to make it act as a preservative. If you use a high level of essential oils, in some cases, they can become toxic to the skin. Here's some more information as it relates to natural preservatives in cosmetics. Natural preservatives are better for people who have sensitive skin. Natural preservatives will decrease the chances of developing skin allergies. Natural preservatives may be less likely to have carcinogenic properties. The goal of a natural preservative is to keep the product non-toxic. Natural preservatives, they provide a shorter shelf life because many of these preservatives are edible. So most products on the market, they're during the production process, the goal is to strive for a 1 through 2 year shelf life. When you use natural preservatives, the shelf life will be shorter. So keep that in mind. But typically, in most products, the shelf life of those products, their preservatives will be 1 to 2 years. So the shelf life of products that contain preservatives strive for 1 to 2 years. Here are some questions that you may want to ask your manufacturer before you purchase ingredients from them. Question number one is to ask them, what test have they done on the preservatives? Ask the manufacturer, what test have they performed on their preservatives? An example would be the challenge test. Also, you can ask them if human toxicity studies have been done. Also, you may want to ask what tests have been done for bacteria and antifungal properties. When should you use preservatives? Well, keep in mind that bacteria can grow anywhere, but bacteria definitely grows in water. It is likely that any cosmetic product that contains water needs a preservative. If you create a product which is oil based and it contains no water, you need to still check with the cosmetic chemist to verify if you need to add a preservative. More than likely, the answer will still be yes, because the customer can introduce water into the product. When they're using it, they may wash their face or they may be in the shower and water gets into the product. How much preservative is needed in cosmetics? So, the amount of preservatives that's needed in cosmetic products, it really depends on the cosmetic product itself. Sometimes it's less than 1%. Sometimes it could be 0.1%, and then in some cases it can be as high as 3%. There are three tests that are performed in the lab. Now, these are not the only three tests performed in the lab, but these are three popular tests that are performed in the lab. So, first you have the APC test, which is known as the Aerobic Plate Count, and it simply indicates the level of the microorganisms that are found in a product. And you'll notice that I did cite the source where this information came from. Also, you have the yeast and the mold count test, which simply detects the amount of the species of mold present. So it detects the amount and the species of mold that's present. Also, you have the challenge test, and some people will say the PET challenge test, which is known as the preservative efficacy test, and it tests the effectiveness of the preservatives in your cosmetics. So the APC and the yeast and mold count can be performed at the same time. The challenge test, on the other hand, is typically completed during the creation stages or the production stages. So the challenge test, it can take up to 7 to 28 days to complete. If the numbers decrease, then that means that the preservative is indeed working. Can you test at home? Can you do your own testing, at home testing? Is it is it a wise thing to do? Yes, you can test at home. Is it a wise choice? I don't know. It's up to you. But if you do decide to do at home testing, please use the proper equipment, and you also need to refer to BAM, which that acronym represents the Bacteriological Analytical Manual. And if you don't know where to get this particular manual, just go to Google, do a Google search, and you can type in BAM. Use that, the capital letters, that acronym BAM, or you may just want to put the full title, Bacteriological Analytical Manual. The ability of microorganisms to grow and reproduce in cosmetics products has been known for many years. Microorganisms may cause spoilage or chemical changes in cosmetic products and injury to the user. I took this information directly from BAM, which is the Bacteriological Analytical Manual, and this information is located on the FDA.gov website. Danger. A lot of customers want natural products that do not contain preservatives. Be careful if you decide not to add preservatives in your products. Products not containing preservatives are at risk for the growth of bacteria and fungus. If you do not use preservatives, get the testing done for the shelf life of your product. If the customer adds water to the product, there is a big possibility that bacteria and fungus will develop in the product. If you're not sure about the safety of your product, get it tested. Don't question it, just get it tested. So here's some suggestions that I'm offering to you, and these are only suggestions because I'm not an expert. My first suggestion is do it right the first time. Disease causing organisms, they can be found in any cosmetic product. My second suggestion is get feedback on your products. You can use an online survey or you can include a survey card with any purchases. You can do testing at home. If you do not understand terms such as colonies, pH testing, fungal growth, microorganisms, leave the testing to the experts. I have some more suggestions I'd like to share with you. Bacteria can grow anywhere, including body scrubs, lip balms, bath bombs, and more. Essential oils, they may have antibacterial properties, but you need to know the required amount to use to make that essential oil act as a preservative. And if you want to keep your product natural and organic, do your research. Consider using parabens, phenoxyethanol, or you can even use wheel bark extract. Some more suggestions. You do not need dangerous mold growing in your products. Hire a professional for microbial testing. If you decide to test your own products, always wear gloves and sterilize your work area. I suggest using a preservative in all products if there is water in your product. Customers can also introduce water into your product, and that product would then need preservatives. So here are my final words. Giving your products to family members and friends before doing microbiology testing is very risky. I know you get really excited because you finally produce your product, but giving it to them without testing can be very risky. Do not compromise the future of your business by selling contaminated products. Get your products tested. This prevents legal trouble in the future. Your customers can have illnesses that you don't even know about. Protecting your customer should be your top priority. Some more final words. So, just because your product does not smell rancid does not mean that that product does not have a problem. Organic and natural does not mean safe. Mold can grow in organic and natural products. You are a business. You are no longer a hobby. Getting your products tested protects you and your customers. So it's your responsibility to keep your customers safe. You can do this using Some precautions in the beginning stages when producing your products will save you a lot of trouble later. Do not skip corners to have a couple of dollars or to save a couple of dollars or get your products on the shelf faster. Make the right decisions in the early stages. And I'm going to end with a quote that I took from Amelia Earhart. And she simply says, the most effective way to do it is to do it. I want to encourage you to just do it. Microbiology testing, it protects you and your customers. Get your products tested. And here are some resources. The Personal Care Product Council, you can just Google these and you will come up with their websites. The American Society for Microbiology, which is known as ASM, Burgess Manual, FD&C Act, which is the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. You can also do an FDA search for microbiological safety and cosmetics. And also, I use the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary. Some more resources include the National Library of Medicine. And if you go to this particular website in the search bar of the search engine, you can just type cosmetics preservatives. Also, you can read the Bacteriological Analytical Manual if you're planning to produce your products at home. Also, you have the Society of Cosmetic Chemists who can help you, and sometimes they'll provide you with additional resources. And I'm just telling you what I know.